It's time to talk about this new event, Midsummer, or no, just Summer Festival, not Midsummer, just regular summer. Usual activities, if you look at my video from last year, apart from the rewards, it's the same. So Sandcastle Battle. Here you have 3 stages unlocked each time with increasing rewards here, and you can sweep at any time, so you can even sweep today, you're gonna get the same sweeping rewards. So today we're gonna get 5 options. The unfortunate situation, as far as I saw on the test server last week, and it might be the same here, is that you will have to keep on doing this for every third. So every single time there is a new battle, you have to do this. I mean, you can just get away with a few units, like 3 units or something, and then you battle for the first, for the second, for the third, and after you finish, you collect the rewards. This is the easy part. Meanwhile, let me make the sound a bit higher. There you go. Hopefully this is better. Not sure if you can hear it at all because there is a 20 decibel dampening of the sound. Now, we'll continue with the Sandcastle Battle. For new servers it may be a bit difficult, yeah, so this is a bit unfair. If you just start on Thursday, for example, this week, it's a great time to start. At the same time, you won't be able to beat everyone. Okay, now I'm fed up already with the formations. So you'll have to do this 11 times or 12 times. I don't know why. Actually, I know they forgot it most likely. No one played through these items in a way from the development team that they found it important enough. Why aren't we... Yeah, fine, finally. Then the third one, this is gonna be easy too. This time it remembered. So it seems like when you come for the first time, that's when it doesn't remember. It should be easy too. And you're gonna get an increasing number of rewards. As usual. 200, 250, 300. 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650 if I'm not mistaken. So it's 200 plus 650, it's like 850, right? Divided by 2 is 425, and multiplied by the number of stages is 10. You can expect 4250 of this currency, if I'm not mistaken about it. If it's a regular, like, increasing sequence, where the increase is 50, then that's what you can expect on your 10 battles, and you get 5 a day. 2 is for free today, but in general you have 5 a day for 14 days, which means that you're gonna have 70 attempts. 60 of them are gonna be sweeps. So 60 times 50 is 3000. So you can expect another 3000 currency. So first sweep is 4,250, subject to testing, and then the regular sweeps. I'm just taking a note of this here. You see first battle and 3000 sweeps. Let me make this a bit larger, like subtitle is fine. What? Yeah, emphasize text, you know, done, fine. So 3000 sweeps. I can do this today, I can do this at another time. Then the next one is beach volleyball, where you have 5 domains as usual, just like in the other matches. So for example, I will try out Chaos. And you see here are my guildmates, and we're fighting this Azure Dragon, even though it doesn't look like an Azure Dragon, it's the same mechanic. Boss info, here you see, it's basically a Venom spawn thing. It's not even an Azure Dragon in this case, but here it's an Azure Dragon, you see. So it's all over the place. And only Chaos Union units. Number of deployed units must reach the maximum limit. and this is just text. When tabulating damage, only the lowest, and you cannot read the rest, is taken into account. The amount of deployed units cannot be lower than what? Than the maximum number possible. This is unfortunate because you need to get the 8th unit in terms of damage. You see, this was my previous formation. For some reason it remembered it from the last time. We have to have 8 units in total, so it doesn't hurt if we had another attacker. For example, here, well, actually this is a defender, but I could use this unit sooner or later because maybe he's not gonna be the lowest in terms of damage. And well, you can try with multiple domains. I will try this domain right now. Although I could bring this defender as well. Who knows? Or this attacker right here. We'll see. You need to find the information who's the 8th. The opponent has infinite health. And you need to bring a hero that supports your units. Not a hero that does spell damage, because spell damage doesn't count. You see that we're gonna reach the damage cap. I don't know what happens after we reach the damage cap, so maybe it's beneficial for us not to reach the damage cap, which means that the highest damage dealing units can be removed as well. But it seems like we're not reaching the damage cap, which is a good thing. After 30 seconds there is gonna be an explosion. Around now, you see. Same Azure Dragon principle. And then what you need to do after you finish is go to the stats and look at the top damage dealing. Doesn't matter, we need the bottom. So essentially Pit Fiend and Wrath Lord. But you need actual damage. 259, 257. 257 is the other one. And then return to game. And you see, this is the amount that I got. So 750k is gonna be the end. Let's see the Order Union. There you have 3 attempts as well. So you have 3 attempts everywhere. That's a bit more than usual, which means that I can experiment, for example, with this. That I remove the Wrath Lord and add this Hydra, for instance. And then we'll see. I mean, I'm already first, but we can experiment. What happens if I do this? I mean, I expect an SSR attacker to behave quite well. You don't mind about the overall damage, you care about the 8th best unit's damage. And then you experiment. Wrath Lord was the lowest. Not by far, by like 2 million. And then if Hydra is worse, then you know that you need someone else. Unfortunately, this is time intensive, so you know, you figure out your team and then from then onwards you just sweep. You can also do it in a way that you just do it once, the figuring out every day, until you get the optimal team. But it's worth doing it, because next time you're gonna get the same. 168, let's see the damage chart, actual damage, and you see that we got a pathetic swap, so we might as well just go back to the Wrath Lord. So Hydra 3-star was just 166. This is vital information, and unfortunately I will lose first place with this. Battle. We might be able to sweep. You cannot even... Come on. Are you serious about this, or is it a joke? We have to go through 3 battles times 5, 15 battles. Is this serious? So 15 battles and there is no auto sweep. Is it a joke or is it reality? Because if it's a joke, it's not funny. You have to do 3 battles. Okay, we don't have to play. That's fine. But 3 battles? Because then, you know, this is just 1 domain out of 5. You know how much time it will take? We're gonna wander into Raid Shadow Legends territory now. This is crazy. You know, Raid Shadow Legends is where you have to watch the battles. Otherwise, if you do, well, no, you don't have to watch the battles. You have to display the battles on your mobile device's screen, and that should be the only app that runs in the foreground. The only thing you can do with your device, only other thing is that you receive notifications and run apps in the background, for example, Audible or any like audiobooks. That's the raid experience, and it seems like we're getting the same horrible experience in Year of Chaos, and to make matters worse, now we have 3 attempts and not 2. Previously we just had 2 attempts. This is a disaster, a living disaster. Anyway, let's focus on the rewards. I got 2nd place because I've experimented and it doesn't pay off. So anyway, rewards. Actually, you don't have to do 15 battles because your objective is to collect all the rewards. And you see that I've managed to collect all the rewards, so it's just you can do it in 3 battles, but obviously sooner or later you want to compete, let's say that guild, and then you compete there. It's some battles, fine. So you have the beach volleyball, the sandcastle, we've seen both of them. Then we're gonna go to the water park. Oh, and by the way, what are the rewards? 300 at the beginning, this is daily. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 170, 190, 200. So 500 rewards. If you just want the 300, you do the battles once and you let go of 200 extra. So this is like 500 a day. 500 times 14, it's quite a lot. 7,000. So 7,000 for this, what is this, sandcastle or volleyball? So you're getting 7,000 currency for this, plus the void mithril, it doesn't hurt. Then comes intimidation. So you need to buy 1 diamond packs. Now we have 2, not 1, so that you click once more. You know what? You could have added like 2 diamonds and 4, or just 1 diamond and 4, because that's negligible. So we're getting 4 volleyballs a day. That's the first, that's the second. And then you go here and get this 200 a day. So the next one is 200 a day, which means that it's nothing else but 2,000 how many? 2,400. No, 2,800, sorry about that. 2,800. So for this 200 a day, let's use it. And we got the 200 currency. We're at 1,450 already today. This will become important sooner or later. And by the way, for the packs, you need to spend up to 8,000 of your currency to get 200. So it's like the 8k diamonds. 200. I can do it now or I can do it later. It matters because I have other rewards. So the reward is 50 per item, and 50 multiplied by 50 is 2,500. So 2,000 diamonds for 2,500, this means that you're gonna get 10,000 in total for the 8k diamonds. So you can essentially buy 10,000 of the currency. Amazing. Then, what else? We're done with the water park. No, actually water park, we're not done with the water park. Sandcastle, beach volleyball. I don't know if you can get all the rewards as a new player, first week player. You'll have to test it yourself. Then comes the most weird, like the weirdest possible. Let's say we start, back, confirm, done, 0 points. We're only after these chests, 100, 200, and 500. So we're after 800 of this currency in total for the 25 mini games. So what you do is start, back, confirm, start, back, confirm, and so on. You got the idea. You need to play this at least once a day, so maybe you just do how many, like 12 on day 1 and then 1 daily. And maybe there is gonna be some other use case for the top list somewhere. Then we have customized trip, where you see the paid offer. Actually, this paid offer default price is 9,000 for this. Then default price is about 1,000 with the discounted offers. This is 800 with the discounted offers. So it's 10,800 plus 2,000 per item, which is like 4,000 or 2,100 to be exact. So 4,200 for these. Per 30 you get 1 piece. So this means it's like 10,800 plus 4,200, which adds up to, well, 14,000 plus 1,000, 15,000. So 15k diamonds for 12 euros or 15k diamonds for $10 because you don't have the same sales tax. Plus 1,500, so it's essentially 16,500. And it spreads out the items. Let's see, it's actually not exactly true because you also have 5 dream catchers here. That sweetens things a bit, another 5 dream catchers here. So it's like 500 value, 2,000, 17,000 the total. Not the best offer, not the worst offer. But the thing is that if you want to spend money, I don't think that scarcity wise this is optimal. The only thing is the artifact that is not bad. Well, the rest you can get for just diamonds and you have better offers. And by the way, you complete these missions to advance. So you have these missions and also the achievement missions where you have to play the minigame once a day, that's why. And you collect whatever is worth collecting. In the free track you have good things as well. Like covenants, for example. They could have added better things. Now, after playing all these, the next one is a summer shop. This is nothing special, it's the usual thing. You don't want the ultimate armor that much, I think. But you may consider the prestigious chest. You know, this is what most people buy for 10,000 or $10. You may consider the chest because even though it's at a slight discount, so it's like it's in exchange for 8,000 diamonds, it's only a slight discount. It's still scarcity-wise by far the best option. Divine Herald, do you need this? It's just the first 10. I don't think so. Also this 800, it's not discounted. These are not necessarily discounted. So it's like you have better offers in the store when there is like Divination Voucher Week, Treasure Hunt Permit Week, whatever other week. These things are not good. None of them are good. Except that the prestigious chest H is scarce. And then we add to this. Purchasable after obtaining 10,000 in total. You wait for your first 10,000 currency. You just need to collect that 10,000 currency, you don't need to spend it. So don't even spend it here. Your first 10,000, actually your first 12,000 will go here to the 3.5 generation token hero selection chest. Because this brings equilibrium to that madness that we had in rock, paper, scissors. Because remember that people had 2 A chests. One in the last 2 rock, paper, scissors. I thought that there would be a V-Domino event that equalizes A and B chests, but it didn't happen. Instead, they chose to give us 40 tokens for our suffering in January and March and when we were collecting these tokens. And you know, if you play Chaos or you play Strength, those 2x5 A tokens, they look quite weird, frankly. So this means that even if you collected 10 A tokens and 20 B tokens, that's like you were quite unlucky, not the most unlucky that I know of, but quite unlucky. Even then you're gonna get 20 A tokens and 10 B tokens, for instance, and then basically you get an A hero and a B hero. Not bad, is it? And that's the main thing I would recommend purchasing. Then the second best thing, because all of these things seem to be quite overpriced, except Eternity Adamant have a relatively okay price. Star Souls, I don't know, maybe okay price. This artifact is actually better than the armor, but you don't want this artifact that much. Rare Orange, not bad either, but overpriced. So you might want to just collect another 10k for the prestigious artifact. And then this leads us to the freely available number of coins. This is an estimation, it's not a final. So this means if you sum all of these for free, basically you're gonna get how much? So 4,250 plus 3,000 is 7,250 plus 7,000 plus 2,800 plus 800. This is the amount you're gonna get. 12,000 of it is gonna go to the hero. And then you're left with 5,850 and you spend it in the store, or you buy some from the 8k diamonds. Like 2,000 diamonds gives you 2,500. So it seems to me that given that 12k is the hero, that essentially you want another 5,000 of this currency in exchange for 4,000 diamonds, and then you're gonna get a prestigious H chest for the amount that you were looking for. And then all you spend on is the hero and the hero armor, divine gear, whatever. And then you're gonna get some change, 250. You're gonna spend on some nonsense. For example, casting crystals, they are scarce enough. For example, spell scrolls. You need those spell scrolls for the new heroes anyway. Or meteorites. Actually, meteorites, I changed my mind, that's the best thing. But because this is meteorite week. But the thing is that this is not that cheap. Because if you think about it, it's something along the lines of 145, 150 diamonds for one meteorite. And if you look at the shop, you can get better offers. This is my analysis of the event. It will last for 2 weeks. It doesn't matter what the event does, what it is about. The only thing that matters is the Generation 3.5 hero. Nothing else. So you're, well, actually the prestigious H component chest, maybe. And then that's all. Enjoy the event. This is a better one because finally people are gonna get the heroes before the new generation of heroes start getting released, like Catherine, Archibald, whoever else.